For the first team project, we'll be playing the presentation video for MatchaMatch.
Hi, my name is Romy.
Hi, my name is Fizzle.
And we all love matcha. So let me introduce you to MatchaMatch.
If you've been on social media for the past year or two, you will know that matcha has completely taken the cafe scene by storm. There are so many posts out there about the best places to get matcha, different types of matcha drinks, and it's honestly a little bit overwhelming. Our solution, MatchaMatch, is perfect for finding the best matcha spots near you that meet your exact expectations. Cafes are ranked algorithmically by reviews, location, and your own unique preferences, whether you like a traditional hand-whisked matcha or a sweeter strawberry matcha. If you leave your thoughts afterwards, you can help us give the best recommendations to others and connect with your friends to let them know what you're drinking. So why MatchaMatch? Reason 1, matcha is viral and we have a huge target audience out there of avid matcha lovers. Reason 2, it's a lot quicker than searching places near you and then trying to figure out whether you're gonna like the matcha or whether you can even afford it. Reason 3, the experience is tailored to you, which makes it worthwhile for you to sign up yourself rather than getting recommendations from someone else. Reason 4, to keep up to date with what your friends are drinking and avoid the dreaded fear of missing out. Especially considering we have a lot of responses from interested people already.
A user opens MatchaMatch, the backend decides what to do based on what they interact with. If they open the chat, everything runs through our AI-powered recommendation flow. If they click top places near you, it goes straight to our places recommendation system. And we built all of this using Django, Django REST API, and Vite on the front end. And we decided to split the backend into two main apps, Places and AI Chat. The Places app is the part that talks to Google Maps, it pulls in cafe data, cleans it up, and then runs it through our custom scoring algorithm to actually figure out which spots match the user's vibe. As we scale, we'll start caching this data instead of actually fetching it every time, and if the Google Maps fails, the backend instantly falls back to mock data, so the user still sees results. The AI Chat app is a part powered by Olama locally. Every message the user sends goes through sentiment analysis, preference extraction, and location extraction. This lets the system know how the user is feeling, what type of cafe they prefer, and roughly where they want to go. Using all of this context, the backend generates both the AI's reply and the recommended cafes, so the conversation feels more personalized. And because everything is structured this way, this will let us grow into the actual social features that we're really excited about, like reviews, friend activity, or even a shared matcha feed.
Taking you through the front end of our matcha app, you can see over here that it takes you to an interface where you have all the top rated places. And then at the bottom, it also tells you what features we have and how exactly it works. So we have sentiment analysis and an AI chat guide. You can click on the View All Matcha Spots button, and then you're able to see all the matcha cafes within your vicinity. You can also click the review button to add your own reviews after visiting the matcha cafe, and you can also see the reviews written by other people. As you can see here, here's the map, and then all the matcha cafes within your vicinity with a percentage match based on how well it matches your criteria. You can click on the matcha icon to go back to the homepage, and then you can also talk to our AI chatbot, asking it for places that match your specific criteria. So here we said that we want a peaceful place to study. And then our matcha guide will tell us where exactly we can go that best matches that criteria. You can also go on to our calendar. In our calendar, you can log how many places you've been, and then it also streaks it for you, so how often you've been having matcha. By clicking the favorites tab, you can see which cafes are the most favorited. You can also favorite your own matcha cafes as well.
So now that you know a little bit about where we're at, let me tell you what's next for our app. The next feature we hope to roll out is a scrollable image feed where users can share photos of their daily matcha and see what their friends are posting. Next, we want to introduce exclusive offers and partnerships with local cafes, rewarding our most loyal users with special deals. And finally, we want to enhance technical performance by caching cafe location data in our own database, reducing Google Maps API calls to save both time and cost. Finally, why OpenXAI? Because AI shouldn't be a black box. OpenXAI focuses on transparency, trust, and understanding, helping users see how and why AI makes decisions. By combining open source tools with explainable AI techniques, they make complex models accessible to everyone, from developers to decision makers to users, which is exactly the approach we want to reflect with AI usage in our own app.
Okay, great. Fantastic presentation, MatchaMatch. Thank you so much for participating. And yeah, great. We'll be bringing the judges on now to ask their questions. And then we'll also have a community question as well.
Hey guys, I'll go first. Thank you very much for submitting the solution. It's really exciting to see. Just a question, like, like there are so many fake reviews online. So how do you differentiate, because your sentiment analysis predominantly come from the Google reviews. So how do you differentiate fake versus, let's say, like a legit reviews?
I can't hear you, Fizzo.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. So right now what we do is that we send an API request to Google Maps. So it's a very basic feature that we have right now. But to answer your question about, community vetting and etc., fake reviews, we want to make sure that our reviews are like just on MatchaMatch. Like when we want to get rid of our dependency on Google Maps. So we want to move our reviews to MatchaMatch. So there'll be like community vetting, profile vetting, and yeah, so we're trying to move away from Google Maps basically and make it so our platform is standalone and not dependent on that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Can I go next? Okay. This is a fantastic solution. I've been helping my teenage daughter hunt for matcha all over the city, and hopefully this will help me reduce my steps, help my knees a little bit. So it is a fantastic presentation too. Well done. By the first principles, I think what you're trying to do is catch a new trend and give the users an opportunity to find the trend as quickly as possible, or the businesses that provide the trend very quickly. What's your scalability in terms of different trends? Do you have an idea of how you're going to pivot to new trends, or how do you suggest you want to catch new trends that are coming up in the social media market?
So basically, right now we decided to focus on matcha because we felt that it wasn't just a short-lived sort of hype trend. Like it's actually been present for like the past couple years, and although it's peaking in popularity now, we do feel that the popularity will last at least in the near future. And if we want to pivot to other trends, we could apply the same concept to different areas. So um, if potentially we felt the need to pivot to a different niche in the future, we could add like options for the users to like select what they're looking for. So like matcha, or like say coffee, for example, even though it's not a great example because it's not a trend. But yeah, I guess
I
that's
drink
kind of
coffee. That's all right.
And just to also add to that, we found that from studying other startups and things like this, startups that focus on like one particular niche and one particular community do really, really well because they end up building that community aspect. And once you have those people using your platform, it's so much easier to like pivot to other things, like maybe other trends that are coming out, and you can just roll out new features. So yeah, we really want to focus on the matcha aspect of it to get our users, just draw our users in, basically, like Jayoshi was saying.
Okay, thank you.
I can go next. I have a quick question, two of them. One, tell us about your tech roadmap. After this, what do you want to do with your tech? What are the bottlenecks that you are facing that you want to fix? And second, tell us your business roadmap. Do you plan to monetize this? If yes, how?
or if you want to keep it open source, do you plan to target? I know the target customer is mostly 13 to probably 25, 30. But do you plan to go specifically focuses on campuses? Like, what's your go-to-market here? So if you can share both the business roadmap and the tech roadmap along with bottlenecks, that will help us understand.
Yeah, so right now what we're doing is that we've just built a very basic model. So the chat uses Olama, and a few of the bottlenecks that we've had is that problems with Olama not being that accurate. So obviously fine tuning that model is something that we want to do in the future, as well as like I said before, we're reducing our dependence on Google Maps. So we want to make sure that we cache all our data. So instead of fetching from Google Maps every single time, we build our own comprehensive database on what user preferences are, where they like to drink usually. Also, we'll be using more. Right now, the Olama chat that we have is very basic. It just looks for keywords for the personalization aspect, but we want to also fine tune that, make sure it's giving better preferences based on our user. Some other bottlenecks we've had, I think, yeah, that's the biggest bottleneck we have. We want to make sure we have a comprehensive database, and we also want to pivot to the cafe side as well. So not just using the user aspect of it, but also the cafe aspect. So we can reach out to cafes and ask them to, maybe a planned promotion kind of thing where their cafe gets promoted for a certain period of time, and yes, kind of a paid model kind of thing. Yeah, and that's kind of where we're looking at the future. And once we build a community, once we build like a user base, we want to extend it to other trends as well. It would be good to maybe capitalize on, I don't know, iced lattes or something, or maybe even desserts or something like that. So yeah, just branching out is also something that we want to do in the future, and just streamline the kind of process we have right now with Olama and the Google Maps API.
Okay, we'll keep moving on. We're running out of time, but Peter, have you got a question for MatchaMatch?
No, that was great. I think it's covered all the questions already from Guru and Shashi. I think just looking at total addressable market as you look at this matcha trend to the others as well, it'd be great to also paint that out and looking to have that business model in place. Cool.
Okay, thanks, Peter. I think we might have one community question. Here it is. Community question, MatchaMatch. How do you plan to keep the recommendations fresh and hyper-local as your user base grows across regions through the App Store?
I'll take this one
Love the
again.
word hyperlocal there.
Yeah, so hyperlocal, we want to move. Yeah, sorry. We want to move our reviews to. We want to make a comprehensive database of the actual cafes. So, for example, another issue that we were thinking about is that extending our algorithmic range from not just matcha cafes, but cafes that sell matcha. So another thing that we were thinking of doing was, extending that kind of search range, keeping it very hyperlocal, and also just fine tuning that kind of search that we have going right now. And I feel like with matcha is the user base is pretty global and it's pretty international. So yeah, we're going to try and keep the preferences very personalized with the Olama chat, with a preference form that we have for users that are onboarding to our platform. Yeah, I hope that explains it.
To add on to that, we also have our favorites tab. So as we increase across regions, users can log their favorite matcha cafes as their favorites, and then the most favorited cafes based on their region and the cafes that are close to them, it will pop up on their feed. So that extend to like the different regions. Because like say I'm in Dubai, for example, and there's this cafe that I really like, and then I favorite it, it's gonna show up on other users in Dubai, like their feed, if they click on the favorites tab.
Yeah, just really emphasizing the social aspect, so you can see what other people are liking, what are they drinking on the calendar. You can see other people's calendar and just really growing the social aspect of it, growing our community.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matcha. That was a great presentation. Thanks for going through the hot seat and answering all the questions and answers from the judges and the community. We're a bit over time, but we'll move on to Plan That. So get ready. We'll be playing the Plan That presentation. And thank you so much all.